We find ourselves in environments where people barely talk about sexual abuse. That means everybody have to have the attitude of speaking out. Even when you keep it or you don't keep it, people still know. And at any point in time, if you have been saying yes, you can actually retrieve your yes and change it to no. Your consent is very important when you are dealing with somebody. Good day, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's good to have you all back after a long break. Now, we've had discussions on sexual harassment extensively, the meaning, the types, the forms, coping mechanisms, and so on and so forth. I think there's a thing that we have yet to address, which this video seeks to address, and that is overcoming silence syndrome when dealing with sexual harassment. We find ourselves in environments where people barely talk about sexual abuse especially in the country like in African descent majorly. They see it as a taboo or immoral for you to talk about sex and all that. So based on that, people see it as you have to be quiet even when you are being abused sexually. It's either you are abused and you are quiet about it, or even when you loud it to a point, the society will make you feel that you should be shameful about it. It's not something you should share. So because of the stigma attached to it, people barely talk about it. But this video is going to be addressing how to overcome that silent syndrome attached to sexual abuses in our community. So the practicable steps towards conquering the silent syndromes are, one, there needs to be creation of awareness of the problem in the society, which we're already doing through this channel. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that it exists. So parents should please take it upon themselves to let their children know on time that sexual abuse is everywhere. It could come in different forms. It could come in form of domestic, it could come in form of emotional, it could come in form of education, maybe from school and all that. So many parts it could actually emanate from. Let children know about it on time. The second one is creating a zero tolerance environment for sexual abuse. Since education has been put in place and awareness has been created, that means organizations also have been aware that measures need to be put in place to overcome silence syndrome when dealing with sexual abuses. Everybody should position themselves in such a way that they could be of help to one another. You should be acceptive. You should be the kind of person that accepts other people's problems and that could actually create solution for the problem. That is to say, you should be able to count on you rather than bad mouthing the situation or gisting people and saying this happened to this. You could be the person helping the person to overcome such a trauma. So creating the environment is not necessarily having an NGO or having a particular organization or body that is entertaining your complaints. It could be done by you individually as well as the people that are listening to the victim, that's friends, family, to be able to give a helping hand so that the environment could actually frown against everything called sexual abuses in our community. Number three now is the culture of openness. That means everybody have to have the attitude of speaking out, condemning it when it happens. Don't harbor it. Don't be shameful about it. And how can you be open? Freedom of communication. It should be easier for you to condemn it, speak against it, let people know that this is exactly what is wrong with you. Don't be quiet about it. Don't keep it to yourself. Even when you keep it or you don't keep it, people still know. Don't be too secretive. Don't be too deep. Some people are too personal. They don't share information with people. So the best thing is for you to open up to people that could be of help to you. That's about the culture of openness. So I think the number 4 point to address the issue of conquering silence syndrome when it has to do with sexual abuses is victims are to be heard. That simply means it's not you listening to them when they speak to you that makes them be heard. It's when you help them to find rights for the wrongs that have been committed to them. That simply means you give them remedies, practicable steps, and they see that yes, their matter is being heard, it's investigated, and then the person that did that, the perpetrator, is brought to book. And if you know you can only hear, you cannot find solution, probably you shouldn't hear it. But people that are ready to help them should hear them. If you can't help, then you report to a channel or a body that could be of help for such person. Don't just be silent about it or sharing the news when you hear rather than looking for solution to it. So victim to be heard is like you providing solution for that particular wrong that's committed against the victim. Number 5 of this practicable steps to overcoming silence syndrome when dealing with sexual abuses is stop silencing victims. How do you silence victims? By the way you receive their information, their complaints. Some people just listen to the gist. They are not pathetic. They don't feel any remorse about the way they are sharing it. Oh, how then they start asking you questions that will actually re-traumatize the victim. How did he do it? Did he touch you? Did she touch you? Did she did this? Did it? No. That simply means what you are automatically shutting because the person will be so shameful and overwhelmed with pain to completely share the information with you. And another point is don't just listen and then you see another person coming over
You, come and re-narrate that thing again. Let me hear you. I'm sure you will not understand from the middle. Start from the beginning again. Those are the things that actually silence victims. Then your body language when you are listening to such information. Let the person express his or herself and then help them out with the proper channel on how to what to get solution or to get remedies to the wrongs that have been committed against them. Number 6 of this conquering silence syndrome is be assertive with your no, with your response. So if you are saying no to sexual advances from anybody, please let your no be no. Don't approbate and reprobate. Don't say yes and say no. Don't let your word be saying no and your body language is telling yes. Don't be hot and cold. You're saying no and the person is offering you money, giving you gifts. Unsolicited one, you should turn it down. Let your words stand by your actions. Please, it is very important. Parents can help us instill this on children, especially people that you see that adults are doing, they are making this discussion and making these passes at you. Flee, run. Don't wait and listen to them talk. Oh, I want to play with your hand. I want to play with your this. No, your no is no. My mommy say you shouldn't play with this and you should run away. The same thing with adults. If you find yourself in a place that you are involved with an abuser, then you should know that the signals it gives you is already showing that it's abusing you or it tends to abuse you. All you need to do is to stand by the word and let your body, your spirit, and soul stand by it. That no is no. Please don't go extra mile. Don't give me gifts. I have not worked for it, so don't give me. I won't accept it. Don't accept such gifts. Your consent is very important when you are dealing with somebody. And at any point in time, if you have been saying yes, you can actually retrieve your yes and change it to no. And let your body language says the no, that you have changed. You don't want it again. And my no at this time is no. Please, your consent can be withdrawn at any time. Number 7 now, we're going to be talking about avoiding isolated places. So how do you avoid isolated places? Environments can become isolated at any time. So if you find yourself in such a place that when you seek help, nobody will be able to help you or nobody will be able to hear your voice seeking for help, then you shouldn't be in that place. When you know you are alone, like you are a student, people have left the classrooms, have gone to their hostel, you remain in the classroom alone. Automatically, if anybody comes there to abuse you, then you will not be able to get any help there. Don't, any area can be isolated. Your home can even be isolated if everybody goes as you are alone and they left you with your house up and it's opposite sex or same sex and he wants to abuse you. You know, when you shout for it, nobody will hear you. Then you should know how to what to protect yourself. Avoid places that could actually subject you to what abuses. Women that goes to their boyfriend's house and then you say he doesn't want you don't want him to touch you, bed undefiled, but you get there at the same time, you are saying no and you are inside the room alone with him. When there are other places you can go and have fun. You can do movie, you can go elsewhere, but don't be alone with someone you don't want to have sexual affairs with. That's how you can avoid isolated places. You have to be deliberate and intentional about it. You have to be frank, be deliberate and intentional about your actions. Don't be going corners about it. Like I'm telling you indirectly, because the person is older than me, or because the person has advanced and gotten to a particular stage, I cannot just come out and say no to the person. You have to be deliberate and intentional about your attitude, about your response. You don't see the right position and follow the wrong position. No, you have to let the person know that I am saying this and this is exactly what I want for myself. Please don't touch me. Please don't push me. Please don't hug me. Please don't stretch your hand to shake me. I'm not comfortable with your handshake. Okay, I'm not comfortable staying in the office alone with you. I'm not comfortable staying in the library alone with you. So we should be intentional about your art. Be intentional, be deliberate. That's what we're talking about in this number 7. Now I want to talk about institutional measures. That our institutions or gatherings, organizations or bodies where people work or where people assemble, where people tend to mingle, they need to both make sure that they put measures in place to actually review their sexual abuses policies from time to time. It shouldn't be something that is fixed. From time to time, the organization should make it as a point of duty to review the policies so that the perpetrators in the community or in the system will not be able to preempt what will actually happen if they do such act. Okay, number 10, we'll be talking about functionality of avenues and channels for reporting and empowering tribunals. That is to say, the means of reporting the act. It should be such that it will be easier for the victim to actually assess, so that it will be easy for the victim to be able to express his or herself when he or she finds herself in such situation. The reporting channel should be easily accessible and it should be what? It should be functioning. It shouldn't be that is just there. We know that they have, but they have never used it. People are not coming to report. So you need to check, do conduct studies, maybe review to check why are people not reporting, or is it that it's not happening, or is it that it's happening and people are finding it difficult to report. Okay, so all those things must be what put in place to ensure that the body that is addressing the issue of abuses in organizations are actually functioning as they ought to. I'm sure we have been able to address the issue of breaking silence syndrome in the community when it has to do with sexual abuses. I'm sure you must have learned one or two things that measures that you can put in place to assure you of your confidence, of your boldness to speak and condemn issues of sexual abuse in our community, both on individual level, collective level, and institutional level. When you watch through this video to the end, you'll be able to actually take one or two principles that you can put in place in order to work to ensure that people speak and condemn sexual abuses in this community 100%. Thank you so much for staying in tune and for watching. We look forward to have you again in our next video. Thank you.